Hey girl, welcome to my channel. My name is Wahima and I'm a 38-year-old cisgendered female from Southern California. These eyelashes were on sale and I bought them. This is my first time wearing them and I just wanted to see what I could do, and this is what I did. So we're just gonna move forward. I accept your judgments and yeah. So by now you have watched my fibroid story part 1 and part 2 and the IVF versus IUI story that I put up as well. So this should be your 4th video watching of mine, and if it's not, go back and watch those other videos. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. You're more than welcome to share on any social media platform that you deem fit. I am giving you an account of my choice to become a single mother by choice, the hiccups that I have had along the way, and in this video we are going to be talking about how I plan on funding this journey. Number 1, I do have insurance. I have a full-time job and I spoke with my insurance company, talked to the doctors, and my insurance does pay for some of this. However, this process will still cost me upwards to $16,000, $16,000 to $20,000 depending on what's going on in my body. So the first leg of this journey is I have fibroids and I have to get those fibroids removed. I have had fibroid removal surgery before. However, the surgery wasn't as invasive as the surgery that I have to have coming up. I don't know how much of this my insurance will pay. I have been saving money since July 2020 for this process, so I do have a little bit of money put aside that should be fine to cover whatever extra costs this surgery may cost me. After that, the fertility process is going to cost me the bulk of the money. I also believe that the storing of the embryos, the implanting of the embryos, and things dealing with the sperm, that's going to cost money as well. So in my mind, this process is going to cost $20,000. And you're like, Wahima, how are you going to save this? Like, I'm not rich, okay? I live in my family home with my parents and my sister and my nephew. I just started saving, like, seriously, about 2 years ago. And it kind of hurts me to have to dip into that savings. I mean, I already have a 401k that I've had from 2 jobs, including the one that I have right now. I have stocks that I have gotten from jobs before. So it depends on where I'm at in my savings process when I need to pay all this money. I may or may not just sell some stock. I'm single, so I have to be really careful about my future because I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I want to be able to live in my own house until I am old. I don't want to have to go into a nursing home. I just want to make sure that I am fully taken care of. And the 401k has helped that. But talking to some of my friends who don't have financial problems, I realized that credit card debt is something that I can't have, which I absolutely need to pay down. You also need to have like 2 extra savings accounts so that you can be saving money in all different manners. And I pretty much live a single grown-ass woman life. You know, if I want to go somewhere, I go. If I want to buy something, I buy it. So having to pull back and really look at my finances and budget has been really hard, and it was something that I was dreading. But what I ended up doing is just opening up my computer, and it's funny because if you have a Mac, they have a budget program that's in there in the numbers, which is supposed to be like Excel feature of the programming. And so I used that and it made me go through all of my transactions for January, and how many purchases from Panera, I can't even tell you. Just spending too much money on food that is not worth the money. You know what? Panera and El Pollo Loco is too expensive for what it is. Now, don't get me wrong, it's healthy, but $4 for a parfait, ma'am, this is too much. So I had to really, you know, go back to my living alone in my early 20s in LA kind of vibe, where I'm like, you only get 150 every 2 weeks to spend on food, sis, and that's what you're eating, period, point blank. So I've had to really scale back my spending on food and extra things that I don't need. Anytime I'm scrolling down Instagram, I'm stopping myself from purchasing all the little things that I want to buy. I've wanted to support people, but I've had to stop. I support on like a bi-weekly basis 3 Instagram and YouTube creators. Like I just give them $10. And so I'm paying like $60 a month just on supporting them and giving them some money because I love their content. And because of how they make their money, COVID has stopped them from being able to go out and do engagements. So I've been supporting that way. And so I've had to just pull back. And it's been tough. Luckily and unluckily. Luckily, I'm not working. I haven't been working for the last 3 weeks. I took some time off of work. However, 2 of those 3 weeks is unpaid. So your girl is really feeling the budget, you know, and with this surgery coming up, I will have time off of work and I will keep my job. However, that will be unpaid as well. So, you know, this is a real precarious time in my life. So some of the money that I've already saved in my savings, I'm going to have to use to pay my bills for February, which is, you know, my favorite month because it's Black History Month. And so those are just the things that I'm running into right now. I have to get out of debt. So I'm going to be simultaneously saving money and getting out of debt at the same time. And it's going to be a lot. It's going to be, I'm going to be strapped. However, I do have the opportunity to work overtime at work. And so I'm going to do so. I'm going to work as many overtime hours as I can. I mean, I'm not going to kill myself. I still have a whole YouTube channel that I have to, create content for. And sometimes I'm just so mentally exhausted when I get off of work that I can't, or I don't want to come home and film. So I'm trying to film as much as I can before I go back to work so that I can have content for you guys on this channel and my other channel. Another way that I'm going to be making money is I consider YouTube to be sort of a part-time job. It doesn't pay me exactly, you know, $15 an hour, 20 hours a week, you feel me? However, if I continue to pump out this content to you guys and you guys continue to share, subscribe, and comment and engage, then I should be able to at least bring home like another $800 a month from YouTube. Hopefully that's my goal. And in about a year and a half, I will have saved up a majority of that money. Don't get me wrong, I still have to pay taxes on all of it. So I have to save up a little bit of that for taxes. But there's a couple of streams of revenue that I am pulling from in order to fund this. If you're not like me and you don't have a YouTube channel or stocks you could possibly sell or something like that, then if you got a part-time job, I did the math. If you want to do this, if you want to save up for IVF or anything having to do with adopting a kid or having a child, you just need to get a part-time job. Hopefully it pays you $15 an hour and then work 20 hours a week for about a year and a half or 2 years. And if you're really focused on your goal and knowing what it is that you are like out there hustling for, you can absolutely do it. 2 years is not a long time. You could save up the 16K. And that is something that I am willing to do. I'm willing to hustle for the next 2 years to make sure that this happens. If it doesn't happen a year from my fibroid surgery, then I will wait longer, but this is absolutely worth it for me. And I need to have the money to be able to do it. So give yourself the opportunity. Put all your eggs in that basket. Save your money, penny pinch. Don't buy yourself that jewelry that you want to buy so bad. Another thing that I'm doing is if you look down in the description box, I have some options in which you could donate to this cause. All proceeds will go to this process that I am trying to save up for. Believe me, I have been doing YouTube for 5 years now, and I tried to do Patreon for a little bit, and that hurt my spirit. Asking people for money, crowdfunding, is really hard on your girl. Like, it feels like begging, and I've had a couple of people who follow me and who love my content tell me that it isn't begging, and that if I'm so gracious with other people and giving them money and buying their merch and supporting their causes, like, why should I feel weird about asking other people to do the same for me? And so this is content that you guys are watching for free. So if you have an extra 10, if you have an extra 5, if you have an extra 2, anything towards that will be helpful, and I will be super grateful. Don't be afraid to ask your family too, if your family is in a position to be able to assist you. Those are just some of the things that I'm doing and some of the options that I think will be good for you if you would like to do that. I would say really think long and hard about your support system, about what is going on in your life, where you are mentally, and what you're willing to do for this process. So yeah, that is how I am planning on funding this super expensive endeavor. This is the first time I have ever saved up so much money where I could see it. You know what I'm saying? Like my 401k stuff, like I don't even pay attention to a girl's stocks. Don't even look at it. You know, Fidelity who, Fidelity where. I really want this. So I'm going to put everything out there and put it all out there on the line. And if anybody wants to give, they can give. And I will humbly accept it and be absolutely grateful. All right, you guys, so if you have any questions or any suggestions on other things that I could do, please leave them down below. It is a pleasure sharing this journey with you. I'm getting so much positive feedback from it. That is the end of this video, you guys. If you like my content, again, share and subscribe and thumbs up, leave a comment, let's engage. I want this to be an open dialogue. Thank you so much. You guys have a fantastic week. Remember, all we can do is our best. All right, you guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.